Hello children, welcome all. Today in this session, we will continue our chapter Coal and Petroleum. In last chapter, we have learnt about natural and man-made resources, inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources, and exhaustible natural resources such as coal, petroleum and natural gas. Among that, about coal, we have learnt about how is coal formed, what are the products of coal like coke, coal tar and coal gas. And in this session, we will learn in detail about byproducts of coal such as coke, coal tar and coal gas, as well as about petroleum, how it is formed. And before we start our session, let us have a quick recap of content, whatever we have learned in last session. So we have learned about natural resources. What are natural resources? Natural resources are resources that are provided by nature. Examples, air, water, etc. What are man-made resources? Resources which are made by human beings or man-made resources. You can tell as many examples like machines, vehicles, roads, etc. And then coming to classification of natural resources. Natural resources are broadly classified into two kinds, such as inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resources are resources that are present in unlimited quantity in nature. Unlimited. That is why they are not likely to be exhausted. They will not get completed by human activities. Are called inexhaustible natural resources. And we have seen that inexhaustible natural resources are also called as renewable natural resources, or you can call that as conventional resources. Examples we have learned about sunlight, air, water, etc. Then coming to exhaustible natural resources, the amount of natural resources which are limited, so they can be exhausted by human activities, are called exhaustible natural resources. And examples like forest, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. Then we have learned about how coal is formed. Coal is formed by the decomposition of vegetation. That is about 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland areas. So due to natural processes like flooding, these forests get buried under the soil and get above this forest, more layers of soil get deposited and then they were compressed. So due to high temperature and high pressure, the dead plants got slowly converted to coal. So coal is formed by decomposition of vegetation. Then as coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. So what is carbonization? The slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called as carbonization. Then we have learned about why coal is also called as fossil fuel. As coal is formed from the dead remains of vegetation, we can call coal as fossil fuel. Then as coal is processed in industry to get some useful products, byproducts from coal, whatever products we get are called byproducts of coal, such as coke, coal tar and coal gas. So children, in this session, we will learn in detail about what is coke, coal tar and coal gas and about its uses. So first, coke. So these coke, coal tar and coal gas are the products of coal. That is, how do we get these products? When coal is processed in industry, we get some useful products of coal such as coke, coal tar and coal gas. First, let's study about coke. So coke, if you see, it is a tough, very rough, tough, porous, many holes will be there, and black substance. So what is coke? Coke, it is a tough, porous and black substance. And we can call this as pure form of carbon. So it is a pure form of carbon. Next, if you see, what is the use of coke? Coke is used in the manufacture of steel and in the extraction of many metals. While extracting metals, they use coke. So what is coke? It is a tough, porous, black substance, pure form of carbon. And what are the uses of coke? Coke is used in manufacture of steel and also used in extraction of many metals. Then what is coal tar? So you can see the figure coal tar. It is a black liquid substance. So coal tar, it is a black thick liquid with unpleasant smell. That is, it gives some bad unpleasant smell, which we don't like. And it is a mixture of about 200 substance. So now coming to coal tar. Tar, you may have heard about that, making roads and all. Tar, black liquid substance they use, that is nothing but called coal tar. So now we'll learn about coal tar. What is coal tar? It is a black thick liquid with unpleasant smell, and it contains a mixture of 200 substances. And now if you see that uses of coal tar. First, the product obtained from coal tar are used as a starting material for manufacturing of various substances in everyday life. Like everyday life, whatever we use various substances that are made in the industry. So for those substances, the coal tar is used as a starting material. So first use, it is used as a starting material for manufacturing of various substances which we use in our day-to-day life. And also it is used in industries like synthetic dyes, that color textile, where we put colors there, then drugs, explosives, drugs in the sense medicines, explosives, perfumes, to make plastics, paints, photographic material, roofing materials, etc. So these are all many uses, because coal tar contains around mixture of 200 substances. So each and every substance, they are useful for various manufacturing process. So what we have learned, coal tar is used in the as a starting material for manufacturing various substances which we use in our day-to-day life. And also it is used in industry like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, photographic material, as well as roofing material. Then next use, naphthalene balls, white ball, what we use in our cupboard to protect our things from insects, isn't it? That is naphthalene balls that used to repel moths. Moths means that insects, moth and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. So coal tar is used to make naphthalene balls, which is used to protect us or repel moths and other insects. Then next use, that is bitumen. Bitumen is a petroleum product, and it is used in place of coal tar for metalling the roads. So to make the roads, sometimes what they use, usually coal tar is used to make roads. Nowadays, bitumen is one of the petroleum. About petroleum we are going to learn, isn't it? So bitumen is a petroleum product that is used in place of coal tar for metalling the roads. So mainly to users, if you see, many coal tar is used as a starting material for manufacturing various substances which we use in our day-to-day life, as well as it is used in industries like synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, photographic materials, roofing materials, etc. Then you have to keep in mind about this coal tar is used to make naphthalene balls. What is the use of naphthalene balls? It's used to repel moths and insects. Moths and insects. Now, next, our third product of coal, that is coal gas. So, where coal gas is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. So, when you process the coal, then only we get different products like coke, coal tar, and coal gas. So, when the coal is processed to make, when you used to get coke, that time the gas which is obtained is called as coal gas. So coal gas is obtained. When it is, how it is being obtained? It is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. And what is the use of coal gas? Gas. So obviously it is used as a fuel. So it is used as a fuel in many industries which are situated near the coal processing plants. The coal processing plants, that is like how do we tell nuclear power plant, thermal power plant, like that. Coal, near the coal processing plants, what are many industries will be there. In those industries, this coal gas is used as a fuel. And also coal gas is used for street lighting. It was used the very first time in London in 1810 and in New York around 1820. Nowadays, it is used as a source of heat rather than light. Nowadays, we don't use this coal gas for light, to get light. Other than that, we used to get heat. So, main use of coal gas, it is used as a fuel in many industries which are situated near coal processing unit. And then now, next, if you see that we know about petrol, isn't it? And what are the use of petrol? Petrol is used as a fuel mainly. Where it is used as a fuel? In automobiles such as motor vehicles like scooters, cars, etc. And what about that heavy? These are all light automobiles, light vehicles. So petrol is used as a fuel in light vehicles such as cars, motorcycles, scooters, bikes, etc. Then what about heavy motor vehicles like trucks, buses, tractors and all? Diesel is used as a fuel, isn't it? So petrol, what about this? So petrol and diesel are very, very useful for us. So petrol is used as a fuel in light vehicles or light automobiles, and diesel is used as a heavy motor fuel in heavy motor vehicles like buses, trucks, tractors, etc. So from where do we get this petrol and diesel? So petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. So petroleum is a natural resource. When it is processed, we get petrol and diesel. So petrol and diesel are very, very important for us. So about this natural resources, petroleum, we will learn in detailed manner. So petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. And now if you see petroleum, how it is formed? Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. So what we have learned about coal, coal is formed from the decomposition of dead vegetation, forest, isn't it? Now petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. The same way as organisms living in the sea, when after they die, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and then got covered with layers of sand and clay. Then over millions of years, in the absence of air high temperature, high pressure, this dead animals, bodies of animals transformed into petroleum and natural gas. So we get petroleum and natural gas from the sea, isn't it? So over millions of years, because of absence of air, as well as due to high temperature and high pressure, the dead organisms of sea get converted into petroleum and natural gas. So this way we get petroleum. So if you see here, petroleum and natural gas deposits, you can see in the figure. The figure shows that deposits of petroleum, you can see where oil is written, oil and gas. Gas is nothing but natural gas. And you can see the layer containing petroleum oil and gas is above the water. Why they are present above the water? As we know that oil and gas are lighter than water, and so they float on water, as well as oil is an immiscible substance. What do you mean by immiscible? They do not get thoroughly mixed with water, isn't it? So as they do not mix with it, they always present above the water. Give reason why in natural petroleum deposits, why do we see oil and gas above water? First point, as petroleum, oil and gas are lighter than water, they float on water, as well as they are immiscible, they do not mix with water. So we can see that layer containing petroleum, oil and gas always above the water. And this world's first oil well, it was drilled in Pennsylvania, USA in 1859. So first oil well was drilled. Who has found this oil well and drilled? When you drill, then only they extract oil. So the world's first oil well was drilled in Pennsylvania, where it is in USA in 1859. Then 8 years later, that is in 1867, the oil was struck at Makum in Assam. Then India, oil is found in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai High, and in river basins of Godavari and Krishna. Good children? So this is about the oil well. First oil well was found drilled in Pennsylvania, USA. Then it was drilled in, after 8 years at India, that is Makum in Assam. Nowadays we can see oil well in India in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai High, and in river basins of Godavari and Krishna. Okay, children. So this in this session, what we have learned is about the production of, that is when coal is processed, we get various useful products like coke, coal tar and coal gas, and we have learned about its uses, as well as we have learned about deposits of petroleum and natural gas, how it is being formed. And in next session, we will learn in detail about various useful products of petroleum, as well as about natural gas in detailed manner. That's all for this session. Thank you.